Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made a bold declaration, vowing to finish the job against Iran. His statement comes amidst heightened tensions in the Middle East, with the United States seemingly offering its unwavering support. Netanyahu's words signal a potential escalation of the conflict, raising concerns about a future confrontation with Iran. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, on his inaugural visit to the region, echoed Netanyahu's sentiments. Rubio declared that there could never be a nuclear Iran, solidifying the United States' commitment to preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons. His statement was a clear message to Tehran that Washington stands firmly with Israel in confronting what it perceives as Iranian aggression. Rubio went further than simply addressing Iran's nuclear program. He laid the blame for regional instability squarely at Iran's feet. He accused Iran of supporting terrorist organizations like Hamas and Hezbollah, fueling violence in the West Bank, and destabilizing Syria and Iraq through its proxies. This broad indictment of Iranian actions suggests a comprehensive United States strategy to counter Iranian influence across the Middle East. Rubio's tough talk is likely to be welcomed by Israel and other United States allies in the region such as Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, who share similar concerns about Iran's growing power. However, his rhetoric also raises the risk of further escalating tensions with Tehran. Iran has repeatedly denied seeking nuclear weapons and has accused the United States of trying to undermine its government. The United States and Iran remain locked in a dangerous standoff, with no clear path to resolving their differences. Rubio's visit has done little to ease the tensions, instead reinforcing the hardline stances of both sides. The potential for miscalculation or unintended escalation remains high, making the situation in the Middle East increasingly volatile. Behind the bold pronouncements and diplomatic maneuvering, a darker reality is taking shape. United States intelligence agencies have issued stark warnings to both the Biden and Trump administrations. Israel is likely to launch strikes against Iran's nuclear facilities this year. These warnings, based on intelligence gathered from various sources, highlight the seriousness of the situation and the potential for a significant escalation in the near future. The intelligence assessment suggests that Israel, under Netanyahu's leadership, is losing patience with diplomatic efforts to curb Iran's nuclear program. They believe that Israel sees a shrinking window of opportunity to act before Iran reaches a point of no return in its nuclear capabilities. This sense of urgency, coupled with Netanyahu's hardline stance, increases the likelihood of preemptive military action. The intelligence goes beyond predicting strikes on nuclear facilities. It also reveals a broader Israeli objective regime change in Iran. This ambition, if true, represents a significant escalation of Israel's goals and carries even greater risks. Attempting to topple the Iranian regime would be a massive undertaking with unpredictable consequences for the entire region. The warnings from intelligence agencies underscore the high stakes involved in the current standoff with Iran. They serve as a stark reminder that the situation could spiral out of control quickly, leading to a wider conflict with potentially catastrophic consequences. The international community must take these warnings seriously and work to find a peaceful resolution to the crisis. While the specter of war with Iran looms large, another flashpoint continues to simmer: Gaza. Netanyahu, taking a hard line against Hamas, vowed to open the gates of hell if hostages were not released. His words, delivered with characteristic bluntness, reflect the volatile and dangerous situation in Gaza, where tensions remain high despite recent efforts to secure a ceasefire. Netanyahu's tough stance on Gaza is closely aligned with that of former United States President Donald Trump. Trump's controversial proposal for the United States to take ownership of Gaza and relocate Palestinians triggered widespread protests and condemnation. The plan, seen by many as a non-starter, would have upended decades of international efforts to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Despite the controversy, Netanyahu admitted to knowing about Trump's plan beforehand. This revelation further cemented the close relationship between the two leaders and their shared vision for the region, a vision that often sidelined Palestinian aspirations and prioritized Israeli security concerns. The situation in Gaza remains precarious, with the potential for violence to erupt at any moment. The underlying issues fueling the conflict, the blockade, the settlements, the lack of a political horizon, remain unresolved. Until these issues are addressed, Gaza will continue to be a powder keg, threatening to ignite a wider conflagration.